Yes, guys, evening. Hope you're all good and have had a good day. So just wanted to jump on tonight and do a quick evening review. And just to touch on a few things, I want to touch on a few key factors from yesterday. That's my phone. Just let me know that. It's working. Right, okay, guys. So I always do that. Just check I'm on live and not just talking, and it's not recorded. So now I know it's recording. Let's rock and roll. So, guys, like I said, then I just want to talk over a few things around stuff that's helped me this week. As I put in a post earlier, I've been utilizing the 7-day power up myself, and was one of the things that whilst I was away last week, really hit me in terms of understanding what I wanted to do for myself. So in my mind, I was thinking, instead of just doing it on yourself, why don't you put out there the stuff that you're going to be working on yourself to try and help other people? And that's where this stemmed from, if that makes sense. So that is the kind of like the power of this at the same time, which is I'm walking the same path. I'm doing all of the exercises. I've done some of this stuff before myself, but I'm redoing it. And again, this is something that you can continually do. And a lot of the tools and techniques around mindset and self-development are things that you should review, in my view, in my opinion, it's stuff that you should review a lot. And go back in, again, as you evolve and have different experiences, meet different people, beliefs change, new knowledge is learned, you start to evolve. So when you do these exercises again, a year later, a month later, you may have a different view and a different answer. And that's what makes this stuff so powerful. So again, this week's been phenomenal for me, really, in many ways. And I think the strangest kind of revelation last night was kind of like how the words that I've been put, I designed this course whilst I was away last week and started to kind of piece stuff together. I rolled it out this quickly with thanks to Lee and believing in me, and we just thought, let's get this action, let's try and help, let's try and put it out there. So last week I started to put together pieces whilst I was away and connecting and piecing stuff, and it's just amazing how I set these words out for a reason. And this week, each day, the word has become really impactful and powerful and resonated. And that's a strange thing. And I don't know if you guys have listened to any of the Going in Deep podcast that myself and Ollie and Liam have created. But within it, we do touch on kind of like the law of attraction and energy and all the vibration, stuff like that. And whether you're a believer or not, I think that there's something within this week that's just kind of taking me back quite a way in terms of just not freaking me out, just been a bit strange. And like yesterday, the word was courage. And again, without going into too much detail, it was a testing day yesterday, especially the evening. It's been a busy week this week for myself, if I'm honest with you. My business partner, and like I said, our head coach is away. Someone had to isolate, and I've been pretty much running the gym, all the sessions myself. And then, so it's a busy week, but I've been coping, I've been focused. I made sure I've been able to implement everything. My priorities were set, my actions were set. So everything was in place, and I was in an empowered state, and I was determined this week. Again, the word came up, I was determined to make sure this ran as I wanted it to, as me and Liam wanted it to. And I was committed to it as well. So, but the test yesterday was phenomenal. And again, as I put out in the post, the courage was more on how I acted as an individual, as a person, to my identity, to who I am now, rather than who I've been in my past, and where emotions have really caught me out in the past in certain situations. And I think that is something that's really empowered me today and switched me. Because yesterday really took me down, and there was a few hours yesterday evening where I went low, and I tried to push through some stuff, and to feel like I do today, and back focused and positive and driven, shows that I have taken this week by the horns, and I'm capitalizing on staying in power of myself and in controlling that empowerment. Which is brilliant, because it's showing that this stuff isn't just out there. I'm not just putting this out there and not living it, or don't believe in it, or it's not working. So I'm going to, the reason I wanted to touch on a few things tonight was to show you how that has impacted me. And I think one of the things that I stand behind, and what I like about Liam, he's very honest with me as well. And I think that I'm very open and trying to be as honest as I can about my journey, about the things that still impact me now and have impacted me, etc. Because it's the best way to help people, I feel, to let them know the journey you've been on, whether they resonate with it or not, or whether it just helps them understand, right, okay, this has worked for Ben, this could work for me, or maybe I could try and implement something from that. And yesterday, funnily enough, I rewrote out the courage write-up because of how my day had been impacted, because I felt it was important to do that. And the reason I put the power of writing and journaling within the post is because that actually really helped me last night to get thoughts out of my head and make me feel better. It truly did. It really helped me just transition a lot of thought processes that were going on in my mind onto the Mac. So I was journaling on my Mac, typing on my Mac, re-editing, and it really helped me transition my way of thinking and actually the different principles of what had gone on, and just helped me dissect it and understand it in a way that I could kind of move past it. And again, this comes back to getting things out of your mind and not storing them in your mind. I got them out of my mind. I was able to type it down. But I've always talked about the power of journaling, and the amount of journals that I've got down here now, that when I've read books and when I've done courses, I've expressed it. When I've done kind of exercises, I've expressed it, I've written it down, and it's such a powerful thing. And a lot of people, and again, I put quite an honest post out today on courage as well. And the reason I did that is because I need to, I've always been like this as a coach. If anyone knows me from within the fitness industry, when I was heavily into just fitness training, I was very honest with people. That's always been my approach as a coach, to be honest, in how I feel people should approach it, not pull any punches, because I just feel to get results and to make transition and change, you need that. I'll support someone 100%, and I'm caring. I've got emotional intelligence in that sense. But at the same time, I know that if you're lying to someone or pulling the punches, not to be honest with them enough for them to make change, you're actually holding them back. So that's why the post today that I put out was potentially quite strong in nature, but I felt that it was important for me to write that for both you guys or anyone that's listening to this or doing these exercises, but also for myself. And that's a non-selfish way, but again, I'm doing it because I feel it will help other people, but at the same time it helped me to express everything that I expressed, because as I was writing it, it was like I was coming out of myself to read it and kind of could look at it with a bit of pride, with a bit of self-esteem in how I dealt with it and what I'd been through. And that was a powerful thing. And that's why I'm saying journaling. I journaled to put it out to you guys, but I could have written that in my journal to help me last night, if that makes sense, and to help me today. So where I put the power of writing and journaling, if you are struggling with any issues, or you have got something on your mind, or you're going through something, positive or negative. So yesterday was quite negative for me, but in a positive way, you can really reaffirm and build you up as well and make you feel good. But the power of writing, the power of journaling, whether it's in your phone, whether it's on your Mac, or whether it's in your notepad, and sometimes you will get a bit of a block. So sometimes you'll start and just think, this isn't me, I'm struggling a little bit. But the best thing to do is just start typing or writing. Don't worry about what comes out, and you will start to find a flow with it. You will start to find a flow with it, and the more it comes out, the more it will start to help you. So I just wanted to note down how powerful writing and journaling can be, how much it helped me last night to re-edit what I was going to put out because of what had happened to myself, and that actually helped me just type it out. And especially the one today, the one last night helped me get stuff out of my mind, just helped me to type and express it, because I wasn't really speaking to anyone. That enabled me to help get it out. The one today made me feel empowered. It really brought a sense of power back to me to write that today and think that how mental the last 24 hours had been, but how much I'd taken control of situations, how much I'd been the best version of myself, and could take pride in that. And that's really given me an empowerment. And also kind of like to drive into the word focus, which is something massive. You follow me on social, especially Instagram, the amount I put the word focus is untrue, because what you focus on, what you put your attention into, your focus is where your energy goes. It's where your thoughts go. It's where your action goes, what you are focusing on. You could be focusing on something negative or something positive. Something could be pulling your focus and attention away. But if it does, you are still focusing on whatever has been pulled away to. And for myself, because I've been so ignited and lit to get this rocking this week and put so much energy into it, and look at it as a bit of a trial and error process, and look at it as I'm working this on myself, and look at it as I'm trying to make it as good as possible for people to be able to grab onto and make it what they can to empower them in their life and really power up. The fact that gave me such a focus is re-triggered me back today, because I went to bed on my mind thinking, you've got this 7-day power that you are putting so much input into. You better wake up tomorrow and get focused back into it. And I had to get up yesterday morning. I had to go over to the gym because, again, we had no staff. So I was over at the gym. I had a break in between where I started to do a bit of work on it. And then as soon as I finished, I was back home and doing more work on it. But it gave me a focus. And that's going to fit into something, what the word of today, which is passion. Like, I wouldn't have had that energy and that focus if I wasn't passionate about creating this and how passionate I am about B1. And about all the mindset stuff. If it wasn't a passion, I wouldn't be that driven to zone into this. But because I am that passionate about it, like with everything that happened yesterday, it didn't knock me down and keep me down, because I had such a focus and a positive drive to kick back to. Like, I'm so hyped for this, it's untrue, when I can see the power of how many people this can hopefully help, and how much I can push it out there. But my point being, because I had this focus, after I'd done certain things that really helped me express myself last night and had been the best version of myself and had dealt with the situations in the best way possible, when I woke up this morning, I was back focused on what I was in control of, which is the gym. Number one, I had to go to the gym, and then back to this, and then my family, and then the other bits and bobs that I've been doing. And that's the power of understanding your priorities, but understanding your focus. And I'm going to touch on to the passion in a second. But I just want to touch on, so reflecting on yesterday, which made me empowered today. Yeah. So the word for moving into it straight away, the word for tomorrow is passion. Simple as that. And there's an exercise that I want you to do tonight. Okay. So, guys, review your day. Please try and embed these words, the definitions, and how you've incorporated them through the day. It's so important. And you can still look back on your day and think about aspects where you've shown courage, where you could have shown more courage, or even if you don't feel you've had aspects of that through the day, can you think ahead to where you may need to show courage? And as I put in that post, is there anything you're fearful of at the minute that's stopping you from progressing in an area that you want to progress in? There's an area you want to progress in, or a change you want to make, and there's something stopping you. There's a fear, there's a barrier, there's a limiting thought. Okay, that's what I would base your courage on. How can I be courageous to help me move forward in this area? And start to brainstorm, start to scatter that down. Brainstorming is such a powerful tool, but again, it's getting it out of your mind and onto paper, onto your Mac or onto your phone. I'm not anti-tech. If you don't like journaling, that's fine, but get it onto something, get it out of the mind. But that's so key, because to talk about courage is massive in terms of any fears that you are facing that are stopping you. And again, I have fears most days, but I've got to grab that courage to push myself forward, especially with the amount of stuff that I'm doing at the minute. I get a lot of limiting thoughts still popping up. Still have negative thoughts. But what I do now is understand, again, they're not my thoughts. And then I use the courage to push through that with the actions. The thoughts are what's stopping you. Okay. The limiting thoughts are what's stopping you. If you can create an action that's powerful enough that pushes through that, and that's what I was trying to say today. Sometimes you can take an action and you feel good, but then you don't take another action straight away. And what happens is you settle back into the fear. You settle back into the comfort zone, and you forget how empowering that action made you feel. And you start to remember how fearful you were of the judgment, or how fearful you were of making a mistake, or how fearful you were of if it didn't go right, or it went wrong, or you made a mistake, or whatever it may be. And then you sit back into the hole you were in, and you were just about to jump out of that hole and keep moving forward. So just basing off the post today, it was about taking action and continued action. And that's how you start to break limiting thought patterns. That's how you start to control thought patterns as well, by taking positive actions forward. And it starts to build belief and self-esteem in yourself, because even if you, and this was a massive one for myself, even on social media, when I started to think, right, I've got to really position myself now and put myself out there. And I put something out and it would seem like a failure. But if I'd have stopped at that point, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I had to embrace that fear and think, right, you've got to go again straight away. And one of the videos I put out a couple of weeks ago was about that. Like, now I want to put something out and feel that fear, that bit of like sicky feeling, if you like, inside you, like that bit of a cringe, that bit of I want to feel that now, because I know when I feel that feeling, I've done something courageous. I've done something that's pushed me through the fear barrier. So I've reframed that completely. I've reframed it from feeling that feeling and sinking into a hole and not doing something, to feeling that feeling and think, right, I'm going to push into that now even more, and I'm going to do something again, because I've gone past the worry of judgment. I've gone so far past that it's untrue. People judge me. I've judged me all through my life, and it got to the point where I was thinking, why am I worrying about other people's thoughts of me? But also sometimes you're overthinking it. People aren't thinking about you, they're thinking about themselves. And if they are thinking about you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're going to be thinking about you no matter what. Just focus on yourself, and you will start to surround yourself with the people that do want to see you succeed. Focus on yourself and the people that surround you with positivity, and you will grow. And that's why I wanted to create this community, to help people understand that as well. So guys, without me rambling too much, I wanted to get into the word for tomorrow, because I want to drive this now. Again, everything that we've worked on so far is about creating a foundation. And I truly meant that. It's about understanding what commitment and determination meant. It truly did. It's about being aware of what's potentially going to stop you, is generally thought patterns. And that's why I needed that one to be as powerful as it was. So I hope you've done the awareness one. The awareness one's key. But then you've got to have courage. You've got to have courage that when you're aware of these negative thoughts that are trying to stop you, you've got the courage to still act in the face of fear. What's creating fear? Your thoughts are creating fear. Your thoughts are creating fear. So you've still got to act. You've still got to have courage to act in the face of fear. You still got to have courage to have a positive thought when you're having a limiting thought. Action is so powerful, guys. So what I want to do tonight is give you a task to do before you get into bed. So I'd like to review your day, please, again. Think about back over your day. Think about all the words you've used this week. Think about how you've shown them through the day. Also think about the best version of yourself, and how have you shown that today? How have you shown that today? And again, last night I had a really good night in terms of being happy and content with how I'd been and how I'd acted. And although the circumstances made me feel a little bit sick and a little bit worried and did bring negative emotions with it, the core, the true depth of myself was content and fulfilled because of who I'd been and how I'd acted around the situation. Everything within my control, I'd done to the best of my ability. And you can't do more than that. And that gives you a sense that I can't describe unless you're there. And that's why I'm trying to help you develop this best version of yourself. Because if you're able to act that in any situation, you're always in control and you're always living to the best version of yourself, and that you can't ask for more than that. So that's when you start to feel a true sense of satisfaction and pride within yourself. It's a big transition for me. So when I went to bed last night, although I had slight worry around and a few different things around the situation that had gone on, I was content, and that made sure I got to sleep okay. It made sure it wasn't affecting me massively, negatively. It was there, but it wasn't really driving me down, if that makes sense. And that's because I was living true to who I was and who I wanted to be. And that's where I was touching on here, is think about this best version of yourself and then review it like through the day. How have I approached that today? Have there been times where I just haven't been who I wanted to be and have made a bad decision, or it's gone the way I didn't want it to go? And how could I have acted differently? What could I have said differently? What could I have done differently? In this, again, this awareness, which is exactly what it is, awareness starts to evolve you as a person. And again, it's like, without sounding too repetitive, if you're prepared to sit in front of the TV every night, or you're prepared to scroll through social media every night, but you're not prepared to review your day each night, like, what is your priority there? What's your focus there? What's most important to you there? And you've kind of answered the question. If you've sat in front of TV tonight, if you've scrolled through social media tonight, if you've done whatever it is tonight, but then you don't review your day, like, your priority and your focus for me isn't that you want change. Because if you want to change, you'd be reviewing it and understanding where could I have done better. So it can take 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. And that's how important this is. And guys, this is something that I did. I did it last night. I'm going to do it again tonight. I'm looking forward to tonight because I'm in such a positive state. I'm going to do an amazing meditation. Really looking forward to my meditation tonight. Looking forward to a good night's sleep as well. Thankfully, I'm not on the early tomorrow. My business partner's back, so I'm not on the early tomorrow. And so I'm going to enjoy it. I've got to do some power reading. So I've not managed to read my book for a couple of days. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning, waking up early still. I like to get up early, but power reading a book, which is phenomenal. Anyway, passion, 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So this is the exercise for tonight. So I hope you've lasted this long because this is a big one. And there's a twist to this, guys. So I want you to get in bed tonight, guys. And I want you to, and this is the difference. I don't want you to think about what makes the word passion mean something to you, like what things bring you passion. Okay, I want you to feel. So I want you to define the word passion. It's important to do that first. Like, what does passion mean to you? Okay, and then if you start to relate that into what am I passionate for in life? Okay, I don't want you then to think about it. I want you to try and feel what emotions come up when you think of the thing that brings you passion. So let me explain that again. Define passion first, and that's important, okay? Even if everyone's defining pattern the same, it's still important for you to write this down because then it's like you are looking at what you've written. You are reaffirming what passion means to yourself, and that's the belief drop right there. When you write it out and say, this is what passion means to me, doesn't matter if 20 other people have written the same thing. As soon as you write that out, you are reaffirming to yourself, this is what passion means to me, which is why it's so important to write it down and define it for yourself. I'm not after you to define it for yourself to be different from someone else. I'm after you to do it so it means something to you. Because if it means something to you, believe in it. If you believe in it, you are more likely to action it, own it, and grab it. And that's why this is such a big thing every single day, to define the word. So then it means something to you, which means you are more likely to action on it. It will impact you more positively. So define passion first, okay? And then when you get in bed tonight, I want you to think about everything that makes you passionate. What are you passionate for in life? What brings you passion in life? And when you think of it, I don't want you to have any more thought processes. What I want you to do is try and feel what sensations come up in the body. What emotions would you resonate with that passion? Okay. If it's a hobby, if it's an interest, if it's a person, what emotions are they bringing you? And there's a reason I'm getting you to do that tonight instead of the exercise that I'm going to get you to do tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to drop in an exercise to do around the word passion. Tonight, I want you to try and find feelings, try and feel feelings, try and feel sensations to the things that make you passionate in life. And this is a big one, guys. This is your light. This is your light up. This is about to light that fire inside of you. So tonight, get in bed. Get in bed in a good state. Try and review your day. Be positive. Be empowering. Tell yourself the best version of yourself. Get into an empowered state. What is the best version of yourself? Tell yourself that with pride. And then when you get into bed in a good, positive state, think about the things that fill you with passion, the things you are most passionate about in life. And then what feelings do they bring you? And just feel the feelings and note down the feelings. Okay. Either note them down in a journal or mentally note them, but try, if you are mentally note them, to remember them, repeat them, because tomorrow when we do the exercise, it's really important that you've associated feelings with this to make it as powerful as it's going to be. Guys, the passion in life is what's going to drive. It's your driving force forward. If you are not passionate for something, it will fall very short. Okay. I want to find your true passion. I want to help you ignite something right now that makes these 7 days so powerful it's untrue. Everything within my life now I've got a massive passion for. It's where my drive, it's where my motivation is, it's where my excitement is. And I've come from a place, guys, of waking up in the morning just so down and so lost and just not knowing, literally not knowing what the hell life is about or why I'm here, to the point where I'm waking up every day, the minute, so passionate and driven for life, it's untrue. So excited for life, it's untrue. Like tomorrow, I'm back recording the Going in Deep podcast, man. I'm so excited for that. It's passion all over. I want you to find what brings you passion. what you are passionate about. But to do this exercise tonight, guys, I just want you to associate the feelings with it. It's important that, okay? So when you go to bed tonight, think about what you are most passionate about. And as soon as you think about what that is, stop the thoughts and just feel the feelings that come with it and make a note of what they are. And then tomorrow, guys, I'm going to bring the task in. And the task is going to be powerful, and it's going to take you on your next step. That's going to create this 7 days, the most powerful thing, hopefully, you've done, that's going to continue in life to keep pushing forward and achieve what you want to achieve. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. It's 25 minutes. I hope you've lasted this long. If you're watching it back, all good. You can still do this even if you're not getting into bed. So if you're watching this back tomorrow, you can still do this exercise. Cut distractions, try and sit down, calm the thoughts, think about what you're passionate about, and then embrace the feelings. Note down what feelings you are feeling. It's really important, the sensations, the feelings you are getting when you are thinking about what you are passionate for. For example, if I close my eyes now, I'm thinking about the Going In Deep podcast I'm doing tomorrow, which I'm massively passionate about. I'm going to start to feel excited. I'm smiling already, and that's not a fake smile. I'm literally buzzing. I'm not seeing Ollie in 3 or 4 weeks now. We're about to sit down, get on those mics, and we're about to just drop some insane stuff because of how long we've been away. It's passion, but I'm basing that on the feelings. And what I'm going to do with those feelings, I'm going to embody them. The more you can start to embody feelings and understand them, the more you can start to bring these into your life on a day-to-day basis, which is where I'm hopefully going to show you another technique before the end of the 7 days, which is why this exercise tonight is so powerful. Don't get caught up in the thoughts. As soon as you think, right, this is what I'm passionate about, and try and think of a few, harness the feeling. What feeling is this bringing me? Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Review your day. Think about where you've shown courage today. Think about what you could have done differently today. Think about, have you been the best version of yourself today? Where haven't you been? What could you have done differently? What can you give yourself a pat on the back for? Once you've reviewed your day, please define passion to yourself. Write it down, journal it down, and then get into bed, guys, tonight. Think about what you are most passionate about in life. Anything that brings you passion, that you are passionate about, and then absorb and feel the feelings and sensations it gives you. Make a note of them and get ready for tomorrow, guys, because tomorrow's a big day. We're going to take the task to the next level, and we're going to really spark your light inside and take you forward. Guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon.